Hello friends, this video is the unboxing video of the ALPHAEVO deluxe billiard set, 2¼ inch balls with a case. As we pull it out of the box, you can see it's still in the plastic. We haven't had it out of the plastic yet. So let's get it out of the plastic. First impressions of the case are that it is very solid. In fact, it's rigid, more rigid than I thought it would be. And considering that you can get this set, I think, for around $50 on Amazon, that's pretty nice case. You can't really find a case that's less than $50 itself, let alone with the balls. So let's get this open and see how everything looks. As you can see, it comes with the 15 object balls and a cue ball. And there we have a strap for carrying it, and it just clips on like so. And it has a spot, really nice. It has an extra spot for another cue ball. So you can have your favorite cue ball along with the one that it comes with. And as we're looking at this cue ball, you know, there's a little of the black dust from the foam on the inside on it. And the cue ball seems okay. Not super excited about the cue ball. I prefer the Aramith Pro Cup cue ball. It's the one that I practice with normally. And as we're just looking at the balls, getting them out, first thing you'll notice is that almost every ball is blemished in some way. And not that it's chipped or not smooth, but just inconsistency on the paint and the lines. And it's a little bit hard to see. I just have this with I'm filming this with my iPhone, so it's not easy to see it that well, but just it's not really crisp, fine line between the paint that you would hope for. But I would say for the price that it was, you know, it's about what I expected. Now, I got this as a gift. I received this as a gift, so we don't want to complain about things that are given to us. And I'm sure I will make good use out of these. And as I pick up the 6 ball, you can see right there that one's really easy to see. And, you know, the 6 ball and I think the 9 ball are probably the ones that are in the worst condition. Now, one thing that I did see on other reviews is that the paint colors between like the 3 and the 7 and 11 and 15, that, you know, they were really close. They were hard to distinguish, but yeah, I think you can see from the pictures here that they contrast more than I expected. They are similar in color, but definitely you can tell the difference between them. Now, one thing that I will say that I didn't love to find is that the object balls were a lot more smooth than the cue ball, but I think that was probably to be expected. And just going through it, and you can see on the 11 ball right there, the red paint spilled over the line. And you know, for the price, I mean, you're getting a case in the balls. That's something that you should probably expect, that the balls are not going to be perfect, especially for the price. Now, the reason I would be interested in a set like this is that I play oftentimes at bowling alleys and other places where their balls are really abused, and so you might end up with object balls that are chipped or a cue ball that's chipped. And so this would give you an option to have your own balls that you know are in playable condition. Now, while I have them here, I'm going to grab a magic rack just so we can see, you know, the template magic rack, so we can see how they fit on there, see if all the balls touch. That's always a concern that you have with the set. Oftentimes when you go to the places like I go to play, sometimes they will have balls that are not the same diameter, and that can be frustrating to not get a solid rack every time when you're practicing. So we'll set this down and lay these out. And this is just on my coffee table, and I've got my daughter there with me. She's being a helper, and part of the reason that I play pool is to have fun with my kids and my friends. And that's one thing that I enjoy, is sharing this with them and spending time with them. And so it's fun to have them involved in that. And, you know, one of the great things about billiards is it's a game you can play your whole life. And so if you get your kids excited about it when they're younger, they're going to be more likely, I think, to keep that going. And that's something that you can share throughout your whole life. And that's certainly something that I did with my grandfather and my uncles and my dad, is occasionally we'd get to play pool together, and that's fond memories that I have. So I'm sure that I will get to use these with my kids and have some fun with them. And as we are laying these out right here, I can tell you that they lay out well. They're all touching on the template rack. And so when we get to the end, you'll see that how the rack is sitting on the paper there is not perfect, but I can tell from the top 3 or 6 balls that they all touch. So that's a good thing. That was one thing I was concerned about, because in other reviews they had said that there was some issues in the size, that they were not all the size. But I can tell you from the point of the Magic Rack, and later I'll bring out a caliper, and measure them all, and we'll see that they are all within spec. Like, I think there might be a 1/16 of an inch difference between some of the balls, which is, for the price of these, I think that is an acceptable result. Now, I will say this about the case. I've seen a few cases for the balls, and like I said, they were a lot more than $50, and I am very pleased with how these fit in there and how it all goes together. And again, the case is very rigid. Like, I would have no worries about if I dropped it, or if it's rolling around my car, that the things that I have in there would be okay. And then the other thing that I really like about the case is you have a spot to put your template racks. And as you can see, we'll put in this is again the Magic Rack, but I have other template racks that I've purchased off of Amazon, and they all fit in there well. I have now, after making this video, I have about 10 racks that I keep in there, and they fit just fine. And then I'll show you the cue ball that I use is the Aramith Pro Cup. That's the one that I prefer, and I'm about to put it in there so you can see what that looks like. So this is something that would stow easy in the trunk of your car or the cab of your truck, and you could have with you in case you had a break that you wanted to go and practice for an hour here and there. And then you have a good clean set of balls and the cue ball that you prefer. Now, like I said, I'm going to grab a caliper and measure all the balls. And, spoiler alert, like I said, they were all really close. None of them were over 2 1/4. There was just a couple that were a little bit under, which I would say they were less than a 1/16 of an inch difference. Now, I think the person who maybe would be interested in this set, as I said, would be someone who is budget-minded, or someone that plays in places that, like I do, a bar or a bowling alley, where you're going to be shooting with their equipment that maybe would not be the best way to practice. Playing with broken balls and chip balls and balls that are different sizes, I don't think that's my favorite way. And As I always say, I'm not just practicing pool, I'm practicing my smile, so I want it to be fun. And that's the point of doing this is that to have fun and to make friends and do things that relieve stress, not cause more stress. So, as we're out there playing pool, guys, let's remember that, to have a good attitude and recognize that we're blessed that we get to play a game and have some fun. We're not out there to earn a living. Most of us, we're there for having fun and having fun with our friends and family, and let's make sure that we make positive memories with them instead of negative ones. So you can see just through measuring all the balls with that caliper, and as advertised, 2.25, no problems. I would say the problems that I would see with these balls is I don't know how well they will hold up, and again the blemishing in the paint. But that's not going to bother me too much because I'm going to beat them up anyways. And I think I'll be interested to see the cue ball, how well it works. It seems a little bit heavy and it's not really that smooth, but it'll be a good thing to have to practice jump shots or masse shots, and that's another cue ball to use that will take wear off of my main cue ball, which I think that Pro Cup cue ball probably costs more than this whole set. So the thing I am excited about this set is to have something to carry all the balls that I will have to go out, and the case just really seems nice for the price. I couldn't emphasize that enough. Now it has a handle on the side as well as the strap, so you wouldn't need to have the strap on if you didn't want it on all the time. I will leave it on because I'm usually carrying my cue case, a phone, a tripod, and other things. My hands are full, so that seems like it would be something that I'm going to take advantage of. Now, the other thing is that I would be confident in when these balls wear out. We'll see that I probably will just use this case again. And so that's something that is a factor for me, and is that I'm probably not going to have to buy another case. So may get a new set of balls at some point, but as far as the case goes, I'm confident I'll be able to use it for other ball sets if I decide to do so. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and checking this out. If this is something that you're interested in, I'll leave a link in the description. And just remember, guys, we're not just practicing pool, we're practicing smiles. And we want to do our best to have the best life that we can and to make life enjoyable for the ones around us. We'll see you next time.